Okay, picture this. It's 3:43 in the morning. You get jolted awake by this deep, mechanical siren. It's a sound you've never heard in real life. At the exact same time, your phone just goes crazy on the nightstand. You grab it, and the screen is glowing with a message that's about to change, well, everything. Emergency alert. Multiple ICBM launches detected. And yeah, that's intercontinental ballistic missiles. Then it says, take cover now. Suddenly, time just stops. This isn't a drill. It's not some movie. This is really happening. In that moment, when the world goes silent, only one question really matters. How you answer that single question will decide everything that comes next for you and your family. Now, this isn't about being scared, it's about being strategic. So let's dive right in and build a clear, actionable plan for those first critical hours. Look, before we talk about any gear, any supplies, any plan, your most powerful weapon is right between your ears. In any major disaster, the people who make it through aren't always the strongest. They're the ones who keep their cool and think clearly. So your mission, right from second one, is to let strategy override instinct. Think about it like this. Panic is a liability. It's that raw instinct that makes you either freeze up or run around making terrible decisions. Planning, though, that's your protector. It's about a calm assessment of the situation that leads to measured, smart actions. It's really the difference between being a victim of the chaos and being in control of your own survival. So here's the bottom line. Being prepared isn't about becoming some hardcore doomsday prepper overnight. Not at all. It's about mentally accepting that the unthinkable can happen. It's about having that quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've already thought it through long before those sirens ever begin to wail. All right, let's get to the core of it. We're going to break down that first 24-hour period into a clear, almost military-style protocol. These are the 5 immediate actions you need to take to create stability right in the middle of total chaos. These 5 steps, this is your priority list. It's simple, it's direct, and it's designed to be something you can actually do, even under extreme pressure. So let's break down exactly what each one of these means. Step 1. Your first move isn't emotional. It's a cold, hard, objective threat assessment. You need to look at a map and think like a military planner. Are you near a major city, a military base, a big port or power plant? If the answer is yes, you're near a high-priority target, and your window to get out of there is probably very short. If you're in a more rural spot, hunkering down might actually be the safer bet. You have to know your risk. Okay, this brings us to your number 1 resource priority, water. This is all governed by what's known as the rule of 3s. You can survive about 3 weeks without food, but only about 3 days without water. So before you do anything else, you fill every single container you have. The bathtub, sinks, pots and pans, you name it. Clean tap water will likely be one of the very first systems to go down. Only after you've done that do you start thinking about food, and you need to be thinking shelf-stable and high-calorie. Canned goods, rice, peanut butter. You're buying yourself time here, not flavor. Now let's talk information. The internet, if it's even working, is going to be a complete war zone of misinformation and rumors. So the crucial thing here is to have an analog backup. A simple hand crank or battery-powered emergency radio is your lifeline. That's how you'll get official broadcasts and actual intelligence. It's how you filter out the noise.
All right, if you have to move, you won't have time to pack. That's why you need a rapid response kit or a go bag ready to go. And this isn't about comfort, it's about continuity. It needs your official documents, your IDs, all in a waterproof bag. Cash, especially small bills, because you can bet the electronic systems will be toast and nobody's going to be able to make change. Any prescription meds you need, and of course basic survival tools like a flashlight. This is the bag you grab when you have seconds, not minutes.
And finally, communication. You can't assume you'll just be able to call each other. The networks will be completely overloaded or down. You need a simple, pre-arranged analog plan. Pick a rally point, a physical place to meet, write down important phone numbers on a piece of paper, and have a simple signal, like a whistle, for when you're close by. In a crisis, low tech is reliable tech. So, we've covered the immediate action plan. But, just as important is knowing what not to do. In a situation where the stakes are this high, a single wrong move, even if you mean well, could be fatal. Let's go over the 4 critical mistakes you have to avoid. First off, do not run to the grocery store. I know it's a natural instinct, but it's a trap. By the time that thought crosses your mind, it's crossed everyone else's mind too. The shelves will be empty, the crowds will be panicking, and you are literally walking into a high-risk zone to fight for stuff that's probably already gone. Second, do not trust your phone for information. The online world is going to immediately become a digital battleground of rumors, fake news, and propaganda that's just designed to create fear. Even official social media accounts can get hacked. Stick to your emergency radio and verified broadcasts, period. This one is huge. Do not talk about your preparations. Don't tell your neighbors you've got food stored up. Don't post anything online. If people know you have water, food, or a plan, they will remember that when they have nothing. In a true crisis, your best defense is to be invisible. Just blend in. Stay quiet. And finally, here's the hardest truth of all. Do not wait to be rescued. In a national or global emergency, all the official services, police, fire, paramedics, they're going to be completely and totally overwhelmed. The system we all rely on won't be there. You have to shift your mindset from depending on others to being decisive yourself. You are your family's first and maybe only responder. Okay, with all of that laid out, the real question becomes, what can you do today, right now? This isn't meant to overwhelm you. It's meant to empower you. Let's build a simple, manageable checklist so you can start building your resilience immediately. Here it is, your action plan. See, it's not that complicated. This week, just set aside a 3-day supply of food and water. Go online and order that radio. Put together a basic go bag with the essentials. And make it a habit to never let your gas tank get below half full. But most importantly, have that 5-minute conversation with your family. And this is really the key takeaway here. You don't have to do it all at once. By taking just one small, intentional step each week, you are already putting yourself ahead of the vast majority of people who are just going to wait until it's too late. You're building real resilience, one smart choice at a time. Because when it comes down to it, this whole thing isn't really about fear. It's actually the exact opposite. It's about freedom. It's the freedom that comes from knowing you have a plan, that you can act instead of just freeze. It's knowing you can protect your family when it matters the most. Preparedness gives you a sense of control, and that control is what gives you peace of mind, no matter what tomorrow might bring.